She just tried to jump out of the car. Yeah. What's going on, guys? Welcome back to Everyday Minimalist, and today I'm going to be making the most expensive, bougie, and impractical maximalist EDC kit that I can possibly put together. This is a challenge between myself and Ron Kwok. I'll leave a link to his channel in the description below. And yeah, the point of this video is just to have a lot of fun. I'm going to go grab some food and coffee for Ashley, and then we're going to go back to the studio, put together the most bougie kit ever. Let's do it. This is gonna be really interesting just because Ron kind of has the edge on soft goods, but I have the edge on EDC goods. Our camera setups, I really wanted to put that in this video as well, so you guys are gonna see that along with our laptop setups. It's gonna be a fun time. So that is a hint for this next coming product. Just you guys wait, It's gonna be pretty sick. Not gonna give any more details. Package secured. All right, we're back in the studio, and I just wanted to cover some ground rules that Ron and I agreed on. The first thing is everything has to fit inside a single backpack. Second is we can't have any duplicate category EDC items. The third and last rule is we have to justify why we are carrying that specific item. I'm gonna do my very best to make this an unlimited budget, so we're gonna max it out as much as possible and make this absolutely ridiculous. Let's go collect some items together and see what we come up with. All right, first order of business is gonna be a backpack. Out of the backpack collection, we're gonna use the biggest one I can find. We're also gonna need a sling bag, and this one's already built, so we're gonna use this bad boy. Next, we have to find a pouch to hold all this EDC gear, and we'll go with the most collector-friendly pouch, this guy. There's literally gonna be pouches inside sling bags, inside backpacks. Gonna grab my mouse and laptop because those are super necessary, of course. And we're gonna set those right there. An extra camera lens because I like to carry 2 lenses. We're gonna actually steal one of these cube things out of my other camera bag and take all this stuff out, and this is perfect. We'll take these lens filters out and throw in that lens. It fits in there perfectly, and then the camera can fit in here. You know what? I changed my mind. We're not gonna use this sling bag. Instead, we're gonna walk over here and grab the collector's edition Matsuda special edition pouch. Okay, on to the fun stuff. My Holman Hadfield Armada, which has my most expensive knife in the collection, and of course this guy. We'll cover it here in just a second, so we'll take that out. In the drawers is where all of my pocket art sits. So we're gonna grab this guy. You guys will see in a sec. We're gonna grab this guy. We'll grab this guy because you know what it is, and then we'll grab this guy. Boom. Okay, so that's everything inside the Armada that we need. Now we have to find a pen. Let's go ahead and grab this one, the zirconium pen. What else do we got? A lighter? Sure, why not? We'll grab a bit holder, Kinepex Cobra pliers, yes sir. And then of course a pry bar, absolutely Swiss Army knife, just because. This bad boy, holy crap, there's a lot of stuff on the table. And now we have to move on to the watches and find my most valuable one, which is this guy. We need a bit driver for all of those bits, so this guy. The Leatherman Arc. Of course, I also have these unnecessary tweezers. Now we go to the round table of fixed blades. I think this is a little bit ridiculous, so we're gonna grab this. While I was just grabbing all that stuff, the mailman came and dropped off a JRW package. Let's open this real quick. My desk is absolutely riddled, but let's get into this package and see what Jamie sent along. Okay, so first we've got some new patches, a sheath. Is this a leather sheath? Looks like we got a note here, and it says, I wanted you guys to be the first to check out my new tactile produced champ. It's meant to be a bare bones blade at the lowest price point possible for Magna Cut. Toss it in the GSD slip for an extremely light carry or dress it up with a cord wrap. Much love, Jamie. It's the champ? Oh, it is? Okay. So this is Jamie's brand new fixed blade knife, and if I can get this thing open, we can actually check this out. Of course, comes with the signature JRW slap sticker. There she is. It comes with a little edge guard, and oh my goodness, it's like a baby trader. It's in CPM Magna Cut, and as you can see, it says Magna Cut laser etched on the spine, as well as the JRW branding. As far as it goes, everything else is just super minimalistic. Thank you so much, Jamie, for sending this out. First impressions, this is a dope little knife, and I think it's gonna get a ton of pocket time. All right, so I think I have everything laid out, and we'll cover everything here in just a moment. I just have to go ahead and organize everything within the pouch, the sling bag, and the backpack. I'll probably just time lapse this real quick. You guys sit tight and let's get to it. All right. 15 to 20 pounds worth of gear inside this backpack. I'm gonna go ahead and start a price counter there so that way you can follow along while I'm going through all this. And the first thing I wanted to show you guys is gonna be my watch. This is the Seiko SPB 213 limited edition watch. This is the most expensive watch out of my entire collection. I know it's not super special, but in due time, I will be upgrading to a more luxury watch brand. After that is gonna be my EDC knife, and this is the Benchmade Gold Class Fact. Now this one is super special because it's limited to 250 pieces. It's got a Damasteel blade steel along with sapphire PVD coated hardware, as well as a crystallized pocket clip and liners. For those of you guys asking, this is the most expensive knife out of my entire personal collection. Next thing is going to be my wallet, and of course this is just a Gucci wallet card holder. I use this thing all the time. This is actually my go-to wallet. Keeps a really minimalist type of aesthetic and form. So I guess we have to count the backpack, and this is the EverydayCarry Max backpack, just absolutely huge. It's actually meant for traveling in, but I've gone ahead and shoved a bunch of gear inside it because it's the biggest backpack I own. In terms of the front pocket, I've got my notebook. It's an Electrum 1917 notebook. It's got a leather back, and I use these things all the time to take down my notes. Next up is gonna be this guy, which is absolutely ridiculous, but it's a great self-defense fixed blade. It's the Benchmade SOCP dagger, and yeah, this thing is in 3V blade steel, just absolutely overkill. But if I were to get into any combat with anyone, I think this is the knife that I would go for. Just an absolutely huge fixed blade that is totally unnecessary, but it's pretty sweet at the same exact time. Next is something that I don't show on the channel very often, but that's going to be my EDC gun, which is the Glock 48, a super clean minimalistic gun. I've gone ahead and upgraded this with Williams gun sight tritium sights. But yeah, if you guys are wondering, this is what I carry normally. Okay, on to the other stuff, and there's a bunch of stuff in here. All right, okay. First thing is gonna be my Audio-Technica M50X headphones. These are studio grade, so perfect for editing. After that is gonna be my Key Duo's NJ80 custom mechanical keyboard. Super clean. It's got a brass volume knob. Sounds awesome. But yeah, this is just my go-to Bluetooth keyboard that's gonna pair up really well with my laptop. And of course I have to pair that up with a wireless mouse. This is the MX Master 3S from Logitech, my go-to editing mouse on my desktop and on my laptop. This thing goes with me everywhere. Just an awesome mouse. Okay, on to the fun stuff, the actual EDC gear. This right here is the Matsuda 230 SE limited edition sling bag slash pouch. Now I added this in here because this is my most expensive sling bag pouch. It's in high-vis orange. I've gone ahead and slapped on a Castle Grayscale patch here that actually lives on this pouch. And then this, the base set holographic Charizard. I have no idea how much this is worth. I've had it with me for about 20 years, so I guess we'll just have to add it to the counter when I look at it in the future. And I do leave this attached to the Matsuda pouch as well. Getting inside the Matsuda pouch, I've got a Garage Built Gear Mighty Pouch Plus that we'll cover here in a second. I've got some EDC gear organized on these interior organizers built into the pouch, and the first thing is going to be my superconductor bit driver from Good Screw. Now this is a totally unnecessary and super bougie maximalist bit driver just because superconductor is one of the most rare and expensive materials manufactured in EDC gear today. Now I'm pairing that up with the Big Idea Designs bit holder or the bit bar. This thing is great because it will pair really well with the bit driver. Next to that is going to be my most expensive flashlight, and this is the CWF Arcadian Peanut. Absolutely bougie flashlight. I mean, most of you guys are never going to buy this thing, but I absolutely love it. Perfect for the night walks and stuff like that. After that is going to be my Leatherman Arc, and yeah, I got this as a gift, but I guess we can add this to the price counter. This is the most bougie multi-tool that you can pretty much get from Leatherman. In the middle section, I've got the Lautier Shuffle. This is an Urban EDC Supply exclusive made in zirconium, and this one happens to be number 3. A super bougie piece just because all you do with it is fidget with it, but yeah, we had to add in a fidget to this kit. Next up is going to be one of the most bougie pieces, and this is the JRW Curator in zirconium with the Tough Guy etched in in on the back side. Check out those zirconium pyramids. I've also got a zirconium tactile turn bead attached to it with a GSD leather slip. If you know your pocket art, then you'll know that this is not a cheap piece. Moving forward is going to be my pry bar, and this is the Mr. Nice Bar from Nice Guy Machine Co. Just a titanium piece made in the USA. It's actually got some grime here. I've been using it, but I got this at Blade Show Atlanta last year, and this is just a super nice piece in terms of a pry bar. Next up, we have my favorite slip joint ever, and this was gifted from a viewer, but I decided to add this because it's a custom variant of the notorious EDC Kingpin. It's got Westinghouse aged micarta covers along with G10, and then a hand polished bolster. Just a super nice slip joint. You guys might have seen this in the May pocket dump video. The last thing in the Matsuda sling bag is going to be this guy, the zirconium bolt action pen from Tactile Turn. Now, zirconium, as you guys can see, is one of the most bougie materials out there. I've got a few pieces of zirconium here on the table, but this is my go-to pen. I usually carry this thing quite often. You'll notice that there's a bunch of scuffs on the pocket clip. Now, the EDC pouch, the Garage Built Gear Mighty Pouch Plus in topographic orange and green. This thing is pretty sweet. I've got a bunch of patches up here. And then going inside, and of course, the Everyday Minimalist hank. I've got a Kinepex Cobra XS plier set. This thing is pretty sweet. Use it all the time. Behind that is going to be my bottle opener, which is the notorious EDC Supreme Red Beer Bomb. This thing is pretty sweet. If you guys don't know what it is, SFK, of course, and a bottle opener, bit driver. It's kind of like a multi-tool, and it's in a custom leather slip. Next to that is going to be the Big Ideas Designs tie adjustable wrench, and this thing is pretty sweet because you can just put this onto a bolt and use it like a wrench. After that, we have a Daily Knives custom sack or Swiss Army knife. This one is in carbon fiber with some yellow accents. Pretty sweet Swiss Army knife. Next to that is a Zippo lighter, just super simple. I actually have to fill this thing up, but it's in matte black with this really nice texture. And the last thing is going to be my Steel Flame Uncle Bill's silver grippers, or we can just call these super bougie tweezers. They're made in the USA, and yeah, I've actually used these a few different times. All right, now moving further and deeper inside the backpack is going to be my baby. This is the Canon R6 Mark II camera. This is my primary camera. Now, this normally pairs up with this lens, which is a 15 to 35 RF lens. So I did give it some extra space, so that way if I wanted to put this lens on this camera and then also carry an extra lens, then I certainly can. The extra lens is going to be the 24 to 105 L series lens from Canon. Now, with the two lenses and the camera, that's probably going to be more expensive than all the stuff on the table. Maybe, I don't know. I definitely had to add this into the bougie EDC kit because I do technically EDC that whenever I leave the house. We're almost done here. We're moving into the backside compartment. First off, it's going to be an iPad with an Ander case. This is going to be the iPad Pro 10-inch. I think it's a second generation, maybe first generation. I'm not entirely sure, but I use this to control all the lights in the studio as well as take down electronic notes. The second to last thing inside this backpack is going to be my MacBook M2 Pro. I use this thing every single day for work. If I'm doing FaceTime meetings, Zoom meetings, if I'm editing photos, stuff like that, it's coming off of this MacBook Pro. I absolutely love the M2 Pro, and I think they just came out with an M3 Pro, but this does have a D-brand Damascus skin on here on both sides just to keep it protected. And moving forward, the last thing inside the backpack is going to be my battery bank. This is from Nightcore. I think it's the NB10000. Yeah, the NB10000. So it's a 10,000 milliamp hour battery bank. I love it because it has compatibility to charge through standard USB or USB-C and vice versa. So everything is interchangeable. Now you guys can see everything on the table. Here is the total price with everything included. All right, well, there you guys have it. The most bougie EDC kit that I could possibly put together. And yeah, that's a ton of gear. I wouldn't actually carry this. Again, we're just doing this for a friendly competition between Ron Kwok and I. And I want to know who did it better. Let me know in the comments section below. And of course, I'll be leaving a link to Ron's video in the description below. Make sure to go check that out and maybe comment on his as well. And to all my creator friends and creator viewers, I would love to see what your guys' most bougie EDC kit is. Just make sure to tag myself and Ron in your description and we'll have to go check those out. Aside from that, thank you guys so much for dropping by and we'll have to catch you on the next one. Peace out.